and welcome again to ATG Show, presented by Islamic Training Group, the authorized exam center of Cambridge Assessment English and the main provider of 30-board international company exams and certificates. This is me, Bara Abquta. And as usual, we talk about some issues related to English language learning. We may all speak the same language, which is English, but we have different or very different accents and we speak different words and vocabularies. And today, in this episode, I have Mr. Arafat الفرا to talk about accents and the differences between accents. So, welcome Mr. Arafat.
Welcome for having me here. Okay, shall I talk about accents first or you want?
Okay, so let's start with this question. What do we mean about accent? What does the word accent mean?
Okay, at the beginning let me tell you what is the origin of this word. The word accent actually comes from the Latin word accentus or accenus, okay? And it means the intonation of singing, the intonation of singing. So generally the meaning of accent is the way in which people in a particular area or a particular country speak or pronounce words. Okay. Between brackets you can say it's the emphasis or the stress on some parts of something.
Okay, so Mr. Arafat, what do you think is the important, or do you think accent is important for English language learners?
Okay, first of all, let me say that at the beginning, it's not a must to have an accent. It's not a must to have an accent.
Yeah.
But if you want to have an accent, it becomes like a part of your personality. So not only will a good accent impact the people of how they are going to view you, but it can also positively influence your perception of language learning.
Okay,
but sorry, I have a point here.
Yeah.
It's not necessary just to have 2 or 3 accents.
Yeah.
The point is that, and it's actually the most important or substantial point here, is to have an accent, only one accent.
Yeah.
Even if it was Palestinian one, it's not a big deal. Just all you need is just to speak correctly here.
So being the most common accents around the world or in the world, what are the differences between American and British accent?
Okay. At the beginning, let me talk about language itself, English. English was born in Britain and got sick in America, and unfortunately it died in South Africa, so as we all know. But in this case I can say that British accent, or let me say some differences now, but to include, not to limit. Okay, let me talk about American accent. American accent is rhotic one, while the British one is non-rhotic, okay? What does rhotic mean?
Yeah.
Rhotic, here we have letter R, okay? This letter, we pronounce it if it was preceded by a vowel. For example, the word car.
Yeah.
Car. Here we pronounced R, okay? This is American, so it's rhotic. Non-rhotic in British, that means I say car.
Yeah. Like just you omit it.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's it. Car.
Yeah.
So it's non-rhotic. This is one difference.
Yeah.
Honestly, there are many differences, but let me move to the other one. Okay. Number 2 is the letter T. When it comes at the end of each word, we pronounce it R or R. Okay, in the American accent. It occurs in American accent. It's not in the British accent. So, for example, the word get. We say, American people say get out.
Yeah.
Get out. Okay, while the British ones say get out.
Yeah.
Okay, and let me mention that the third one, honestly, for the American people, they tend to simplify their language. They tend to simplify their language, like the common examples we know, for example, gonna and wanna, I've gotta go, all these things. So they tend to simplify their language, while British ones, no, they speak the language as it is.
Yeah.
As it is. American as it is.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I have heard something like British people, they spend the half of their day like drinking tea, and the other half like omitting tea from the words.
The words?
Yeah, like letter, it's not pronounced as letter in British. It's like letter.
Your sentence drove me to another difference, okay?
Yeah.
Which is a flap. It's common in English, in American English.
Yeah.
Flap. What is a flap? Flap is, it has something to do with the letter T.
Yeah.
With the letter T. They replace it with the letter D.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the word butter. Butter in British, they say butter.
Yeah.
Okay? But American people, they say butter.
Yeah.
Butter. Also, the other example, water.
Yeah.
American people say water. Water. So the letter T is replaced with what? With letter D. But British people say water, butter, same it is.
Yeah.
These are the most common differences. I have a lot, but because of the time,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, so let's talk about as an English language learner. So what do you think the best accent to learn, and what do you advise learners to do?
Okay, going to advise those people or those learners, English language learners, according to my experience. I find the British accent, as long as the British language is the original one, so I advise them all just to start learning or start using a British accent.
Yeah.
It's more obvious and clearer. You can say that the British accent is easy to understand, is easy to practice, easy to imitate, easy even to master. If you would like to master this accent, you can do it, as long as it's the original one.
Yeah.
American accent, it's okay. It's up to you as an English language learner. If you would like to use the Palestinian accent, also, it's not a big deal. Okay.
Yeah.
The most important thing is just to speak English correctly. That's it. Okay.
To end with this question, what do you advise English language learners to do to have an accent?
Okay, they have a lot to do. Okay, first of all, they can watch movies.
Yeah.
They choose movies they really like. For example, they can watch like horror movies. If they like horror movies, they can, for example, watch what we call it
Comic or romantic.
science fiction movies,
Yeah.
for example, comic, whatever, according to their favorites.
Yeah.
So that they can continue watching this. Something that they don't like, they will watch even one or two movies, then they will give up watching.
Yeah.
Okay, this is one advice. Okay, the second one, they should practice tongue twisters as much as they can. Okay, because they train their tongues to be a bit familiar with language. Okay.
Okay.
Then they can do. They will have good terms with the accent they really like to imitate or to use. But before this, they should choose one accent.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing to speak American, then Australian, then move to British. No, they will look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not wrong, but we need to choose one.
Yeah, because they will get lost.
Of course, yeah. Master it. Reach the point to master this accent. Then it will become like a special part of your personality.
Okay, so what about like reading a book and in the same time, or at the same time listening to an audio book from the same book?
It's okay. I have something here.
Yeah.
They can, or it's recommended, a learner it's recommended a learner choose something that is authentic here.
Yeah.
Authentic. Because they will never acquire this accent unless they practice or unless they watch movies, unless they use some authentic materials, like listening to the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's BBC channels.
Yeah. And broadcasts.
Broadcasts. All these things are really recommended in this case.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Arafat.
Welcome.
And the challenge of today is record yourself saying 10 pairs of words. have the same meaning but different spelling in each accent, American and British. And don't forget to send your records to Assalam Training Group Facebook. And thanks, Mr. Arafat, for being here.
You're welcome.
Thanks for watching, and thank you.